Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Marianne Hanson. I'm the owner and the counsellor at New Journeys Counselling. I provide counselling to couples, to individuals, and I specialise in the areas of stress, depression, low self-esteem and relationships. So something that comes up a lot for people seeking counselling either as individuals or specifically for couples is when there's been infidelity in the relationship, not knowing what to do next, or if they've taken the decision to remain together, wondering if they've made the right decision and how it's going to impact on their relationship. Now, I've done a live video on my Facebook page, New Journeys Counselling, today, where we looked at the importance of having the conversation when there's been an affair so that you can explore the reasons why that affair happened, and you can look at how you can rebuild and repair your relationship together. What I want to talk about in this video is 3 reasons why for lots of people it may be hard to walk away once an affair has happened. Now, I'm not taking either stance in terms of infidelity as a counsellor. I hope that for the majority of couples that come to me, I would hope that I can help them to work through whatever decision they need to make, and I will not make a judgment based on whether they decide to stay together or whether they decide to separate. It's entirely up to the couple, and the same as with individuals. If someone comes to me and says they are unsure about whether they want to remain with someone who's cheated or they wish to walk away, it is entirely up to them, and I'll just help them to explore all the options. So there's 3 reasons that I can think of why people sometimes struggle with the idea or with the decision to walk away after cheating has happened. The first reason will be that you may feel like the other person has won. So if you've been the victim of an affair, and probably a lot of people have been cheated on for various reasons, it doesn't matter who the person cheated with, or how long it was for, or whether it was once or more than once. There are still some general themes and patterns in terms of how the person who's been cheated on feels, and there can be those feelings of, why did it happen? Was it something I did wrong? Is there something wrong with me? Is that person more attractive, more interesting, more clever than me, or whatever it is? And if you walk away, for many people, they will feel like the other person has won. I've invested in this relationship, so if I walk away, I'm allowing that other person to take what is mine. And all it is really is a territorial thing a lot of the time. It's not necessarily, I want this person. You might feel that you don't actually want to be with them anymore because of the cheating, but you just don't want to give the other person the victory and the satisfaction of saying you're the person who he cheated or she cheated with, and therefore you've ended our relationship. Some people don't want to do that, and I know many couples, not that I've worked with, but that I've spoken with or that I've seen online, especially celebrities, who will say, I don't know if I'll ever trust my man or my woman again. I don't know if the relationship will ever be the same. I don't feel the same about this person, but I'm not going to allow this other person to come in and ruin us. Now, what I would say to that is, there's no right or wrong with it, but if you're making a decision that you want to repair and rebuild the relationship, then it shouldn't be about the other person. If your main reason for staying with your partner is so that the other person doesn't win, the intention and the agenda is kind of going to probably come up and bite you in the bum at some point, because that person is no longer a part of the equation, but you're allowing them to be, and you're giving them that power because you're saying, I'm going to keep my man or my woman. I'm not going to let that other person win. So that's the reason we're going to keep it together. And it does, it can work for some people, but what I would say is the focus should be on you two moving forward as a couple, as opposed to this other person winning or losing. What happens with them, the person who your partner cheated with, is irrelevant, and how they feel or whether they've won, because it's not a winning or losing situation. Your partner made that decision to cheat, and that's part of the reason you're in that situation in the first place. The second reason that people might not walk away or find it hard to walk away is that they might feel like they've failed, they've made an investment, and they might feel like walking away is like giving up. So this hasn't got anything to do with the person that your partner cheated with. This is more about you as a person. If I leave this relationship, it means I've failed. And for some people, if they've had lots of relationships that haven't worked, because I don't think it's about failure or winning, they might feel that their family, their friends, society will judge them. How comes this person is always like ending relationships? So they might stick for those reasons. And similar to this, it's not a bad thing to want to fight for a relationship and to want it to work, but if it means that you still have negative feelings about the affair and you really don't look at your partner in the same way, but you're staying because of some sense of achievement, then what you're going to find is that a lot of times it's going to be more about you than the relationship. It's going to be less about making things right. It's going to be less about the intimacy getting back on track. It's going to be less about how your partner feels. It's going to all be tied up in, I've invested in this person, I don't want to fail at another relationship, so therefore I'm sticking. And to some degree that isn't a bad thing, because it means you can find strength within that. But it also has to mean that your partner has to be a part of the work as well, and you have to still view it as being, we're going to work on this together. We want it for both of us, not just for me. And the third thing, which comes up probably most of the time, is that there is an emotional attachment, and the person cannot separate their emotion, the fact that they love this person so much, they can't bear the idea of losing the person. Now, what happens in these types of relationships is, because someone is so emotionally attached to a person where, they'll love them more than they love themselves, or they just have so much intensity, that feeling is the overriding feeling. It's almost like an obsession with the person and an infatuation. If whatever that person does, they are going to use justification to say that I've got to be with this person, because if I'm not with this person, it means my life is going to be over. If I'm not with this person, my life is going to be terrible. It will almost feel like it would be a bereavement to be without them. Now, the difficulty with that one is you can still love someone and not be with them. You can still accept that you are going to have to do some work to emotionally unattach from someone, but it doesn't mean you have to accept anything they do. It doesn't mean you can't walk away. Sometimes when you love someone, you will walk away because you know that you deserve better, you know that they deserve better, you know that it's not working. So what I would say to anyone is, if you're in a situation where an affair has happened in your relationship, it doesn't have to be the end. As a counsellor, I would never say that any situation or trauma that happens in a relationship means it's over. There's a lot of, there are exceptions to that. Domestic violence is a big one. But in a lot of cases, you can work through things, not just through therapy, but also through sitting down with your partner and discussing things openly. But don't ever fear or feel like you can't walk away, because there's times where you have to walk away, not only for your sanity, but also for your emotional well-being and also for your safety sometimes. So that's all I really wanted to say. I sort of wanted to make a short video about this because I just feel there are lots of people that are in relationships where affairs have happened, where domestic violence has happened, where lots of things have happened, but they convince themselves or they feel that they're unable to walk away. So please let me know what you guys think about this. If you want more information about what I do, you can send me a message on here. You can also go to my Facebook page, New Journeys Counselling, and you can also like, share and comment on this video, and I really appreciate it, and I'll get back to all of my comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great evening. Bye.